One love, God bless. Far Nelson here, and today I'm going to talk to you about a sad truth about spiritual awakening. So, when we're in our spiritual awakening and we are, awakening, we come to realize so many beautiful things about this world. And our life starts to shift, and we start to see so many positive changes in our life, and we start to feel more healed mentally, physically, and spiritually. What we eat gets better, and this whole time while we're changing our mental, physical, and spiritual and doing these practices to enhance our spiritual enlightenment, like through prayer, meditation, journaling, yoga, chants, reading. You should always be gaining knowledge in your spiritual awakening. But as we do these things, these practices, these rituals, whatever you want to call them, to help us increase our spiritual awareness, we come to realize, and sometimes very drastically, that we're living in a world full of toxicity, that we're living in a world full of fear, full of, self-doubt, full of scams and false narratives. We're living in a full of false idols, and idolizing in general is, something we shouldn't be doing. We should only idolize the Most High. But we live in this world. We live in a toxic society, and I'm sure it's been going on way more than we've ever been alive. But it's a different way now. Every generation has different, tribulations that they have to, lift themselves up over, and we're in a whole different one than anybody else has experienced. The amount of just disrespectfulness and all-out chaos that is in this world, it is very, very sad to see. Of course, we have immense freedom for the most part, to do pretty much what we want to do, of course. But when we get into this spiritual awakening, we realize that discipline really matters in our life. And it's not just our life where discipline matters, like we just were so out of control, but discipline is what brings pure joy, pure happiness, and real connection with the divine. We don't want to be living haywire and just out here living however the flesh wants. We should be living in a way that's going to enhance the spirit. We don't want to be out here dumbing down the spirit. We want to be out here enhancing the spirit and being closer with the divine as much as we can, but we live in a society where we are constantly being pushed with images and, events that dumb us down, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, whether it's parties, whether it's clubs. It's always in our face. Music, entertainment, what we brush our teeth with, what we put on deodorant with, what we wash our face with, what's in our water. Everything that society, for the mainstream part, because obviously there's great brands, that great companies that are doing their part to try to help make actual eco-friendly products and things like this. But for the mass majority of products, they are detrimental to our health, and especially our pineal gland, which is where our third eye is grown, is located, is nurtured. And a lot of these products and these entertainments and these activities that seem normal and these food habits that seem normal really dumb us down and are calcifying that pineal gland. And it's to a point where you can even tell that there's blockages once you start doing your spiritual work. You can tell that there's so many blockages in the people that you love, your family, your friends, even your enemies. You realize that there's so many blockages that they're dealing with. There's so much, warfare that they're dealing with, because that's what it is. It's a chemical warfare. What's in our food now is not just food, it's chemicals. What's in our, our clothes that we wear, what's in our teeth, within our teeth, what's in our toothpaste that we brush our teeth with. We are just constantly bombarded with chemicals that are suppressing our full potential. And once we realize this and we start cutting back on these products and getting more eco-friendly products and, going with a more plant-based lifestyle and start, doing your meditations constantly and your journaling constantly, just really get in touch with these emotions that seemed not out of control even at first, but, you were just going through all the emotions. When now that you have done all this work mentally, physically, and spiritually, you can actually feel a difference in your calmness and in your general bliss of life and your thought process. You don't get so many negative thoughts when you are doing the spiritual work that we should be doing. The negative thoughts lessen and lessen and lessen until, if they do pop up, you catch them right away and switch them around, So it's hard for us, and it really affects us because we are seeing life in such a blissful way, in such a beautiful way. Everything is synchronicity. We're seeing numbers. We're seeing, 333s and 444s, and we're getting to places at perfect timing and seeing people that we just were thinking about, and people are hitting us up that we were just thinking about, and all different types of synchronicities. And we're seeing little blessings here and there, little extra money hop into our account, just all different types of random blessings. We're giving back to the community, feeling grateful, giving back to the homeless, giving back as much as we can, just enjoying our life, planning for our future, and knocking out goals and having fun with it. This is what our life is consisted of, or will consist of if you continue with your spiritual work. If it doesn't consist of it now, your life will be a blissful life. And that's very hard that I've realized. And of course I've realized it here and there, but it just really hit me, today, that people are suffering. My family is suffering, my friends are suffering, loved ones are suffering. They might be on the process, but they're still, it's a slow pace. It's not even a steady pace, it's just a slow pace. And I can't fault them. We can't fault our loved ones or our family or our friends or even our enemies, because they're just working with the information they have. And unfortunately what society pushes about, people that meditate and do yoga and are, do this stuff every day, what society pushes to us is it's a joke. It's, something that soccer moms do and hippies do, and it's a joke type of thing. When any other country that, does these practices on a normal basis like America does, any other country who would be doing, who have tons of people doing these practices, would most likely realize, hey, this is a serious thing. Like India and, places like Tibet, and I'm sure there's tons of places in, China and Japan and all different types of places where they take meditation super seriously, and it should be taken seriously. It's something that should be taught when we are 5. We should start meditating and journaling. So when we are doing all this spiritual work and we are, trying to help our family, they are looking at us like crazy, like, oh, you want me to meditate every day? You want me to do this every day? But you're like looking at them like, why would you do the alternative, which is suffering? And it hurts. It's like you want to almost shake them because it hurts you, because you know the benefits of doing this, and you know the pain that they're in, because just not long ago you were in that same type of pain. You were going through the same cycles of life, the continuous cycles of life of suffering and constant struggling and thinking you don't have enough and doubting yourself and not living to your best potential. Who wants to go back there? I don't want to go back there. And I feel terrible for the people that are still there and that I know aren't doing enough of the work to get them out of that situation. And it pains me. It really does pain me. I almost broke down today. Well, I did break down a bit today. I'm not gonna lie. I did break down a bit today because I just felt like I couldn't help enough. There's only so much we can do from a phone call, from a text, from a video chat. Even if we're in person, there's really only so much we can do. We can only push a person so far. And if they aren't spiritual, then straight from there, that's a whole block. That almost feels to me like when someone says I'm not spiritual and I don't even, care about any of this stuff, that's almost like, to me, like there is an entity inside of them that is literally telling them to fear, that they're trying to, extract me from you. They're trying to extract the demons from my mind. And those demons are kicking back. Just like we have parasites in our stomach that, will say you're not used to eating fruit a lot, and you all of a sudden switch your diet to a lot of fruit. Well, there's going to be a period where you're sorry to get vulgar, but your bowel movements are going to be different, and maybe the first week or two, even when you eat, maybe you'll start to feel your stomach, or, when you drink a smoothie right away, you'll start to feel your stomach start bubbling and stuff like this. And that's because those parasites are like freaking out. They're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? No. Well, this is what our body does in our mind as well. We have parasites in our mind that we have to let go of, that we have to burn out with the light of the Most High, with the divine light within us. We have to burn it out. And we can almost see, once we become more spiritually aware, these parasites that come up when we talk about things that are going to help people. Like eating healthy or just simply meditating or reading a book. We can see the fear come up in these people that we love and we know that aren't, crazy, and we know we haven't said anything crazy, but the way that they're looking at you and the way that they're reacting is like, wow, this isn't even this person. Like, who is this person that's blocking this loving, caring person, but who is struggling right now? And I'm seeing them struggle, but they won't take the help. They won't look to the Most High. They won't look to any Bible. They won't look to any holy book. They won't look to any, book at all of spirituality. Even books on how to get rich point to spirituality. We have to realize that spirituality, I don't know why it sounded weird. Spirituality is way more than just us meditating and doing prayers and all these things that we're doing. And it's way deeper than a choice. Spirituality is something that is the foundation of the universe, whether you like it or not. When you do enough research, when you do enough backtracking and looking where sources come from, where truth actually lies, where our actual DNA come from, where our actual bodies are made of, how things are made in this universe, it always brings you back to spirituality. You can't even get to the base of an atom without there being space, in between particles and stuff like this, that they don't know what to define as other than just, empty space is what they call it. But that is spirit. It's something that cannot be defined, that can't fully be seen, but is there. That is what the divine is. That is what God is. That is what Jah is. That is what Yahweh is. And we have to come to terms with this. We have to stop doubting that spirituality and getting success and actually being happy are separate. It's all the same. If you aren't in touch with your spirit, if you don't have a routine of spirituality, of respecting your spirit and building your spirit, nurturing your spirit, then how do you expect to fully be happy and fully know what's going on in the world? And this is why it's so sad waking up, because people don't get that until they have done the work. I didn't even get that when I started the work, how important this was. It wasn't until months and months and months and years later that I realized, okay, this is way more deeper than just, me sitting in a quiet for a few minutes every day, or me just thinking about myself and what I do, just throughout the day, daydreaming. Like when you take time specifically for your inner self, whether it's journaling, whether it's meditation, whether it's reading, whether it's whatever it is, doing something creative, chasing your dreams, painting, art, music, whatever, making clothes, anything you want to do, gardening. These are all forms of meditation. These are all forms of spiritual nurturing. Not us just being vegetables and sitting on the couch. You want to nurture your spirit at all times, and especially do meditation, because when you're walking around, going through life and you're daydreaming, you don't get the same effect that you get from meditation. We can say there's so many other things that we do, and we don't have to meditate because we do this, and we don't have to meditate because we do that. I don't care. The Most High doesn't care. And trust me, your body though, your mind, your spirit does care and wants you to meditate, wants you to connect with the Most High. Do affirmations while you're meditating. Chant on beads. Do affirmations on beads. Whatever you need to do, but you need to start meditating and start helping others get this information as much as possible, because it's not something that only hippies do and soccer moms do. It's sad to see our people suffering when all they need to do is really meditate and look within and find spirit, and spirit will take them to the divine, to the Most High, to the Lord. Because that's what it always does. Spirit is going to come knocking, and once spirit comes knocking, you're going to go searching some more. And when you start searching, it's going to take you back to the divine. When I read the Bible, I initially read it just for like fun and giggles, because I was already in a spiritual place. So I was like, okay, let me see what all the hype is about. If the society of this, planet is based on this book primarily, there's other books, of course, but primarily the basis of society of the world is based on the Bible. So I wanted to get into the mind of the mass majority of people, where they were at. And when I read the Bible and saw how these people acted, man, I knew that something big was going on. I knew I was coming across some serious information, because the way these people act in society now is nothing even close to how the Bible says that we should be acting 9 times out of 10. I mean, it's pure chaos out here. It's pure chaos. And it's deeper than just the commandments. It's really how, people felt that people should be acting towards one another and how they acted towards one another. Not the Old Testament, but there's still great stories in the Old Testament, but especially the New Testament with Jesus and how his disciples acted and how his disciples, humbled themselves, and how Jesus humbled himself to wash his disciples' feet and was down to be crucified and wasn't even complaining or really trying to defend himself, because the Spirit of the Most High was truly with him, truly guiding him to not judge others, not crucify others because you were being crucified. Ooh. So it's hard out here, I know. Lots of times we get crucified, it feels like, at least, when we're just trying to help. But we have to realize we have to just stay patient and keep trying to help. I just want to wish you luck on this journey, because I know it's hard. This is a sad part about awakening. It's so hard seeing our people suffer. It's so hard seeing them destroy themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually in so many ways. It's so hard. But stay patient. Keep being you. Keep being an example. That's the important thing. We want to try to be an example. More than we even try to give advice, we just want to tell them about our day. How we meditated, how we prayed. And then the rest of the day, the normal parts of the day, but just throw, this, and I read about this. And then, did you hear about this knowledge? Be the example. Don't just go at them and be like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. We need to have patience. We need to meet them at their level and throw in examples, throw in, we need to be shepherds, not to call your family, your loved ones, your friends sheep. But as long as they're stuck in this illusion, they are sheep. They are being called to slaughter. They are being called to work till they're 65 and then get their retirement package and enjoy, what America and society is hoping maybe their last, 10, 20 years of their life. Based on the American food diet, you might not even make it to your retirement age of 65. So we have to realize that we just need patience and keep on striving. Inner strength. Keep on striving for that inner strength to be patient and to have faith and pray for your family and your loved ones and your friends and your enemies, that they are already on the path of awakening. When we pray, we don't want to pray for something to happen. We want to pray for something to continuously keep on happening. I pray for continued awakening for I and I family. I pray for continued blessings for I and I loved ones. I pray for continued spiritual growth and healing for I and I friends, family, loved ones, and enemies. This is how we want to pray. We want to pray as it's already done. I thank you for the wealth that you have blessed me with, Most High. This is how we want to pray. We want to make sure to keep these people in our prayers and know that they will eventually wake up. We have to know this because it's so sad watching them. So I pray that it is done. I pray that it is already so. I pray that it is happening right now as we speak. Man, just thinking about it really just does hurt me, because I have a lot of family I know is suffering, friends I know are suffering, loved ones I know are suffering. And I'm telling you, I see the changes, but some days it's just really hard to see them suffer. But keep your head up. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep building that strength, because this is what we're doing it for, to help family and to help everyone that we come in contact with, because we're all brothers and sisters in this world. Don't forget that. It really is one love. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment, share. I appreciate everybody that's been doing that. And I hope you have a blessed day. And don't let your spiritual journey be backtracked by you feeling like you're not helping others, because you're helping others just by being you. Don't be hard on yourself. Just be patient. Don't be hard on others. Don't judge others. Just be patient with them and be the example that you know that you are, because you are divine light and you are spiritually guided and you're doing amazing. So please keep meditating. If it's at least 5 minutes a day, meditate every single day. Do your affirmations, do your journaling, do reading, do studying, increase your knowledge. My dogs want to play. And, enjoy life. Life is a blessing. Life is heaven. Life is blissful. Life is fruitful. Life is abundance. Life is wealth. I can just keep going forever. Life is amazing, when you're spiritually awakened and you're aligned and you actually are aware of what's going on. So one love, God bless, have a blessed day, and I'm praying for continued awakening for you, your family, your loved ones, your friends, and your enemies. Ja.